Alright, in this video, I'm going to talk about body versus calories. So, your body gets a stimulus whenever it eats, whether it's telling you it needs carbohydrates, excuse me, whether it needs protein and fats. It kind of tells you if you're hungry. There's a chemical called ghrelin that your body releases from the stomach that tells you for whether it's hungry or not, whether it's lacking nutrients. So, if you're basing off of calories, let's put it this way. I don't think anyone has gotten fat off of eating steak and eggs or eating fruit. I haven't heard of anybody that's gotten fat off of that. And if we use our common sense and our brains that the food that God gave us versus stuff made in a lab and stuff that is produced by Frito-Lay and all these companies like Nestle and factories, um, there's really no comparison. I mean, fruits are a great source of carbohydrates. They keep us hydrated. Steak and eggs have a great source of fat and protein, one of the highest sources of nutrient or bioavailable um, nutrients that our body can absorb. I think steak has over like 30 micronutrients. Eggs have like 25 or 30, somewhere in there. And then fruits provide us with, like I said, such great hydration and carbohydrates. So today I'm pretty much going to be discussing why we need to go off of our body senses versus just tracking calories on MyFitnessPal. So when our body tells us we're hungry, our body is just pretty much craving micronutrients. It's craving satiation. It's craving energy. And not just any kind of energy. It'll tell you what it wants. So, like going back to what I said, if your body craves sweets, like your body craves something sweet, that's your body saying, okay, it needs to be hydrated and it needs to be carbed up. That's pretty much your body saying, okay, like my carb and my sugar levels are getting low. So now we need to raise it up a little bit. Or if you have that killer hunger instinct where you're like really craving red meat or craving like hot food and you're just like really, really hungry, your body needs fats and protein. Your body is starting to get deficient in those. Those are where a lot of your micronutrients are going to be found, and such as like steak, chicken, eggs, even some fish. So, so if your body's in a very starving state, that's what it really needs. Then after you fill yourself up with that, if your body's left with craving something sweet after it, your body wants carbohydrates with it, such as stuff like fruit, because fruit also packs potassium and magnesium in it, which also helps with hydration. So it could be another stimulus that your body's saying it's dehydrated. Um, if we went off of that with whole foods, now obviously with processed foods that would not work, because if we're going off satiety with stuff like chips, donuts, soda, anything processed, right, or even protein bars, if we truly went off that for satiation, and most people do, like most people eat those foods without tracking calories because they're cheap, they're easy to buy, and they don't make you full. They don't satiate you. So stuff like, let's say, Tasty-Cakes, for instance. I'm not gonna lie, you guys could probably do this too, but I could pound out 3 bags of those, and that's loaded with like processed sugar, so many bad seed oils that they add, and it's probably not so much in seed oils and bakery as much as putting oil in a pan, obviously. But I could definitely down 3 bags of those. That's 3,000 calories, and I'm only going to be slightly full probably after 3 bags. And like, for example, if I had 2 oranges, I'd probably have the same satiation as 3 bags of Tasty-Cake donuts, which is very concerning because 2 oranges is probably a fourth of the calories that you're downing with those 3 bags of Tasty-Cakes. But yet you're going to feel the same satiation response, but the oranges will make you feel a lot better and a lot more hydrated than those freaking Tasty-Cakes will. Those Tasty-Cakes will make you feel like shit. So we need to eat whole foods, and we need to go off our body's stimulus. It only works with whole foods. You need to eliminate 99% of processed foods out of your diet. Yes, they're going to slip in there. Yes, you're not going to be perfect, but if you can eliminate majority of processed foods and go off just how you feel and say, hey, I feel full now, but yet I just need a little bit of fruit on top. Or, hey, I haven't eaten in 8 hours and now I'm starting to feel like I need meat and eggs again. And because I'll be honest, guys, like, I only eat like once every 5 to 6 hours if I eat the right foods. When if you eat processed food, you're hungry like every 1.5 to 2 hours. You're just constantly craving food because you're not getting satiated. And I used to be 260 pounds, 30% body fat, and I was eating probably 75% of my diet was processed foods. And it showed with my body, it showed with my mental health, everything. And I started eating whole foods. I didn't track anything. I don't use any apps. And I went down to 233. And now I'm 17.5% body fat based off the measurements and how much I lost of my waist and like the neck measurement, my weight, and my height. Is it the most accurate body fat percentage calculator? No, it's just a rough estimate. I'm anywhere between 17.5 and 19%. It also depends on the day, too. So yeah, I've lost all that weight. I've almost lost 30 pounds of fat just due to eating the right foods. I didn't track anything. I didn't track macros. I didn't track how much protein I was eating. And that's another thing I see a lot of people make a mistake with is they're like, I need 300 grams of protein a day. I need 275 grams of protein a day. I need to match my body weight with protein. And let me give you the secret. Your body will tell you if you had enough protein. If you're feeling full, if you're feeling like you don't need any food, that is your body telling you you've met the requirements. I see a ton of weightlifters and a ton of people in the gym make this mistake where they're like, I need 300 grams of protein a day because that's going to be my bodybuilding goal to the maximum recovery. And most of their protein sources are protein powder. And I'm not going to lie, the gym I work at gives me free protein shakes. Sometimes I take them. And I have a lesson learned every time I drink them. They make you have the craps. Your body doesn't really know how to digest the powdered protein like it does like stuff like God gave us, like red meat and eggs. And yeah, I'm not getting the same gain stimulus. I'm not getting the recovery stimulus like I would with obviously red meat and eggs. And I gotta remember what point I was trying to get across here. My brain just like totally left the chat. But yeah, the calories aren't anything that are to be concerned with. Now, yes, they do matter to a certain extent, but if you prioritize whole foods, your body's getting what it needs, like truly. And you guys just need to prioritize the basics. Like, if let's say your diet is 25% whole foods, next week try 35% or 50% whole foods. Like, say, hey, I'm going to start eating 3 eggs a day. Do that for 7 days. When you master that for 7 days, then try, hey, I'm going to try having 6 eggs and a banana each day, and then master that. I see tons of people. I used to be this way. And you try to cram all these healthy foods in at once, and you're like, I got to be perfect in my diet starting Monday. And then they fail by Wednesday because they're setting unrealistic goals for their mind that they can handle. Their mind can't handle going from 25% perfect to 100% perfect. You need to take it one day at a time. Like I said, start with 3 eggs a day and eat whatever the fuck you've been eating the rest of the day. Just eat those eggs consistently every day. So if you start out with breakfast and you're eating cereal or something like that, say, hey, with that cereal, I'm going to have 3 eggs, and I'm going to do that Monday through the next Monday. And when you master that, say, hey, now we can go to meal 2. Let's say you get an Italian sub from your local pizza shop that you're used to doing, and I see a lot of blue collar people do that, or go to McDonald's. Add a fruit with it, or pack some eggs, or pack like a little piece of steak, or pack a little bit of ground beef. So once you've mastered the eggs in the morning, then go to the second meal and then edit it. So that's the same thing that applies in the weight room, for example. I see a lot of people, like for deadlift, for example, jumping straight to 405. They haven't mastered 315 yet. They haven't mastered hitting 12 reps with 315 before they moved up to 405. And I've been there. I've made that mistake. It correlates to diet. If you're trying to go off of so much value and time, if you're trying to accomplish so much in a week, it's not realistic. Now, yes, there are some freaks that can do that, but that's probably not you. You're probably not like David Goggins. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. And that is truthfully what I suggest from the bottom of my heart. Start by doing 3 eggs a day, because they're one of the most micronutrient dense foods in the world. If you don't believe me, do some research and eat it and tell me how you feel. So start with 3 eggs a day. Do that for 7 days. Master it and then see where you go from there. It's not about being perfect in a week, guys. I'll be honest with you, I'm about 80% dialed in. And even from going from 25% to 80%, I've noticed crazy results. I can't imagine when I'm at 100. And I'm here to help you guys get from 25% just to 30%. If we can go there, you will notice differences with how you feel, with your libido, with your gym gains, with your gym energy, with your energy at work, and the way you absorb sunlight. I used to get burned if I was in the sun too long. I don't get burned anymore. So pretty much today's video, to sum up, is eat whole foods, don't track calories, and go off your satiety levels. If your body's craving sweets, it wants fruit. If your body is starving and wants steak or wants hot food, it wants some fats and it wants some protein, and from good sources. So if you liked the video and it helped, please give it a like, and I'll be posting almost daily, if not daily. So please hit that subscribe button, and peace out, guys.